I'll say the best time to leave your body is actually when you're very sleep deprived.
Well, let's take a break right there. We'll pick up when we come back. I can only imagine Jason turning to Monica. Tonight I'm going to go to ancient Egypt. I'll be right back. This is Coast to Coast. Our guest tonight, Jason Quitt. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Fell in love, glad as I can be. Man, a girl fell in love, glad as I can be. But I think all the time, is she true to me? 'Cause there's nothing in this world to stop me worrying about that girl. I found out I was wrong, she was just too time.
Whoever you are, and for whatever reason, we're bringing you the information you need to get you through the day.
My name is Chris, and I leave it on all day long.
This is News Radio 1040, WHO.
Well, I remember my friend crying behind me, and I kept trying to tell her it's going to be okay, we're going to get out, get out, get out.
When you've heard the news,
The mental instability of the culprit.
you've got something to say about it.
To every politician who is taking donations from the NRA, shame on you.
You're in the right place.
Mental health is a very big issue. The same FBI that's failing us in other areas has failed again.
News Radio 1040, WHO.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris DeMeo. President Trump blasting a Democratic memo about the Russia probe and its author, Congressman Adam Schiff.
He has a meeting and he leaves the meeting and he calls up reporters, and then all of a sudden they have news, and you're not supposed to do that. It's probably illegal to do it.
The president calling into Fox's Justice with Judge Janine and calling Schiff a bad guy. The Broward County, Florida sheriff blasting reports that some of his men failed to act and stop the Parkland school shooter.
There are emerging details of at least 3 deputies who were on scene the day of the shooting and did not go inside the school, according to reporting of the Sun Sentinel newspaper. The Broward County sheriff, those deputies' bosses, now saying 2 deputies are being investigated regarding their actions that day.
Fox's Matt Finn demands are growing for Sheriff Scott Israel to resign. Fox News. We report, you decide.
iHeartRadio celebrates the contributions of African-American artists to every style of music, from funk to jazz, blues to hip-hop, and so much more. Hear music from the artists that inspired generations of musicians and continue to influence pop culture today. Aretha, Jay-Z, Michael, Marvin, Tupac, Diana Ross, and so many more. Listen to their special playlists or an iHeartRadio original station like Urban Pop Classics and Motown Sounds, providing the soundtrack to Black History Month all February.
Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 150 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll learn the same degree as you would on campus from wherever you are on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits. For information, text SCHOOL to 35517. Learn for yourself why the Wall Street Journal ranks ASU 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates and why 87% of ASU grads are recruited within 90 days of graduation. Learn to grow, learn to succeed, and learn to thrive at Arizona State University. To learn more about ASU online degrees, text SCHOOL to 35517. That's SCHOOL to 35517.
All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free. That's iHeartRadio. All your favorite music.
This is Steven Tyler and Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
James from Metallica here. It's iHeartRadio. And iHeartRadio is all your favorite stations. Thousands of the best radio stations from across the country. Plus, iHeartRadio is free. Download the app today. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
iHeartRadio.
Happening now.
Things are happening.
Protect the dreamers. You want to help DACA, you don't. Cyber attacks. The United States is under attack.
And they're happening.
This is a budget.
Now's the time.
Victims of domestic violence.
The FBI.
Stocks tumbled. Stocks bouncing back.
North Korea's fight and win.
Checking in often.
What's happening? What's happening a lot faster.
Just say, Alexa, play 1040 WHO on iHeartRadio.
Temperatures tonight back down to 27 degrees, and then tomorrow it's rain, freezing rain, and snow moving across the state. We'll see some light snow and freezing rain in the morning. By the afternoon, though, here in Des Moines, it'll be all rain. A lot of snow, though, in the northwestern, north central portion of the state. High temperatures right around 32 degrees. On into your Sunday, it'll be dry, warmer. Boy, do we need that, a high of 39. That is the News Radio 1040 WHO 3-day weather from Channel 13. I'm Ed Wilson.
At 1:34, it's 31 degrees, feeling more like 19 degrees at News Radio 1040 WHO.
By soft kisses on a summer's day, laughing on our cares away, just you and I. Sweet, sleepy, warm dark summer nights, gazing at the distant lights in the starry sky. They say that all good things must end someday. All the leaves must fall. But don't you know that it hurts me so to say goodbye to you? Wish you didn't have to go. No, 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 no. But when the rain...
To talk to Jimmy Church, call the Wildcard line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk to Jimmy from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll-free, call 800-618-8255. This is Coast to Coast AM with your guest host, Jimmy Church.
Has anybody figured out the bumper music yet? I can't believe it. This is easy. There's a theme. I've got my eye on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Have you checked out Beyond Belief? It's one of my favorite shows on Gaia, where you can join Coast to Coast AM's George Norrie for dynamic discussions on everything that we do right here on Coast. Paranormal phenomena, conspiracies, time travel. You can see the world through new eyes. You get new episodes weekly. Unlimited access to Beyond Belief and watch it anywhere on your computer, iPhone, iPad. No commercials. You got no sponsors. Enjoy everything completely ad-free. Just go to beyondbelief.com. Our first guest up tonight is Jason Quitt, taking your phone calls, and we're going to get to all of those right after this short break. Stay with us. This is Coast to Coast AM.
Hi, Tom Bodette with a word for hipsters. It's getting harder to find that perfect thing nobody's ever heard of. I mean, artisanal persimmon marmalades don't grow on trees, or do they? Anyway, when you wind up so far outside the mainstream you need to rest for the night, point your vintage scooter at Motel 6, suppliers of locally sourced rooms for great low rates since way before it was cool. And if you think that sounds good, you should hear it on vinyl. I'm Tom Bodette from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
How's that kitchen remodel coming along?
I haven't found a reliable contractor and have no idea where to start.
What about Home Advisor?
Home what?
Home Advisor. They match you to pre-screened and top-rated pros for any kind of home project. You can even check pricing and book appointments online.
What's the catch?
No catch. Home Advisor is completely free to use.
Really? I'll check it out. Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor.
If you're curious about who may be out there, but don't want to jump into anything right away, then take a fun step and just take a look at Our Time. Our Time is the fastest growing dating site for singles over 50. It's easy to just look, and here's a free offer to help get you started. Go to ourtime.com/radio for 7 days free. Search, view photos, and connect free. This free week is only at ourtime.com/radio. ourtime.com/radio.
Are you living with pain?
So was Lisa, a brave Marine wounded in Iraq.
After surviving an explosion, I was on horrible painkillers. I tried 1 hour pain relief, and now I'm pain-free all day without dangerous side effects. And it works in less than 1 hour.
Try it free for 1 week and pay only the shipping with no automatic shipments. Call 800-300-8810 right now or visit onehourpainrelief.com. That's 800-300-8810. 800-300-8810.
Monday on Vanna Bonnie in the Morning, we'll review the weekend and wrap it up.
And we'll be talking corn dogs. You know what that means on the next Vanna Bonnie on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Welcome back to Coast AM Saturday night. I'm filling in. I am Jimmy Church. All right. Jason Quitt's our guest. Jason, before we get back to the phones, Nathan was asking me during the break, so I'm going to, our engineer here, he's the best. He said, wait a minute. When Jason is time traveling, is there interaction, and do others know, like when you're back in Egypt and you're hanging out with Thoth, do they know that you're a time traveler?
Do they know I'm a time traveler? I think when it comes to Thoth and going back to Egypt, they basically took me there. So for sure they knew how to do that type of work. I don't know if they call it time traveling. It could just be that's just their normal everyday life, and maybe we can get to that point where that's our everyday life. But if I'm going, let's say, to another world or viewing something, nobody knows I'm there.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so in the future, and like I was just talking about, the prison planet with the children, they didn't see you. There was no interaction?
When I'm observing, there's different levels of interaction. So there's times where I'm just kind of like energy and I'm just observing a scene.
Right.
There's the other times where I'm connected to a living being, like I'll be connected to a person so I could see through their eyes and feel what they're experiencing.
Right.
And they wouldn't know that. And then there's total control, which is, the story I tell where I went to this other planet and took over this child's body, and I was basically running around a school, trying to figure things out, and I was basically causing a ruckus. So they don't know I'm a time traveler. They just think some kid is running around acting crazy.
Have you ever thought that you were just observing and then somebody notices you? Right? Turn around and look at you? But you're not supposed to be there?
It's never happened.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me know when it does.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Carlos in Sacramento. Carlos, you're up next on Coast. Welcome.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Church, and to your guest, Jason. I have to say that I've been an intermittent listener of Coast to Coast, probably beginning around the beginning of November, and I especially enjoy it when you are hosting the show, Mr. Church. And with all due respect to your guest, I have to say that when I hear things about astral projection and time travel and things like that, I'm a skeptic, but I can't ignore the level of conviction in the testimonies that people have shared with their experiences of this. And so I have a real
what
open
about
mind
this
to
number
this.
19?
But one of the central, when I think about time travel, I'm always taken back to that 1980 film starring the late Christopher Reeve that was based on the book Time Farewell, Somewhere in Time. And one of the things that I always understand about time travel and astral projection is this concept or this reality, I guess you could say, that people don't have any kind of omnipotence in what is going to happen or, the journey that they're going to embark upon. And I would think that there's supposed to be some type of benefit to the person to become a better person when they complete whatever journey they've been on, that there's some kind of evolution or transformation that should result from such an experience. And so
Carlos, I need to jump in. We've got real problems with your phone. So, could you just get to the question really quick so Jason can hear it?
So the question that I have, based on all that preamble, is what influence does someone's personal deep trauma have on the journey itself, whether they embark on it or the actual journey or when they're returning from the journey? What influence, if any, does personal trauma, deep-seated trauma, have in this whole astral projection or out-of-body experiences?
There you go. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, Jason, any trauma experience?
Oh, yeah. No, that's actually an incredible question, because I would say that these experiences, leaving my body and learning these things, has completely saved and changed my life. I am not the same person pre-leaving my body. I was very ill. I had many issues. And once I started to leave, I would receive information like the Egyptian postures and how to heal myself. And I'd also be taken back to past lives where I would relive traumas or deaths, and I'd have to process that energy, those emotions, those feelings and memories. And it would change the way I see myself and how I'm living right now. So absolutely, leaving your body is like, a true baptism. You're born again on this other side, and you're basically changing everything that you thought you knew.
So you learn.
Absolutely. Huge evolution.
Yeah, that's incredible. First time caller, Michael in Kansas. You're up next on Coast. Say hi to Jason.
Hi, Jason. It's a great show. So I was wondering what the connection is between remote viewing and astral projection. And I'll hear what you have to say offline.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Yeah, Jason, you get that question every single day. So go ahead.
Yeah, and I would say I'm not a good remote viewer. I don't know how to do it. So I don't have too much experience in remote viewing, but from friends that I have that do remote view, they're very conscious and in their body, and they go into this meditative state, and it's almost like they have a vision. It's almost like a movie going where they could journey and walk through this space and see it, and then report back consciously from their body. Whereas astral travel is the body's asleep, and there's a separation of awareness, and then you go on a journey and come back with information.
Yeah, and with remote viewing, you're going through a set of control parameters too as well. You're fully conscious, you're awake, you're drawing, you're questioning and experiencing, and that's a totally different thing from actually being, fully asleep.
Yes, and I think, that is it's a gift many people have naturally, but it's also a gift that can be developed.
Let's go to Wild Card. Let's go to Tom in Detroit. Tom, you're up next on Coast.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing good, Tom.
Good. I was calling concerning what I heard Jason talk about in a previous interview, where he described a scene of looked like total destruction. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was like a reddish brown atmosphere that you passed through. Was that when you told this was the future, or I can't recall in the interview? This is what, because I've had a similar experience.
Yes, it's actually the first time travel experience that I went on. And basically the sky looked like it was burnt. It was a very distinctive dark red color, and the earth was scorched. It looked like everything was burnt on the ground. So there wasn't really any life. It looked like a totally destroyed planet. And I don't know if this was the future or a parallel timeline that's going on right now. All I know is since I've spoken about this, there's been so many people like yourself that have come forward to me and said they've had very, very similar visions of this type of scene.
Right. That's strange, because I've had it where I was like by location, where I'd be able to close my eyes and I'd be seeing it. It's pretty strange, but I feel like I was pulled out of my body. And I suffered anomalous trauma. I mean, I went through so much when I had this awakening like several years ago, and the multi-dimensional beings, some of them were very malevolent, but most were, earthbound energy and that. But that's what I could never make any sense of it. But I was shocked when you brought that up in that last interview, Coast there. It was so similar to mine, but I'm not that lucid when it's happened to me, and a number of times it's like I'm not totally in my body. I don't have no hearing when I wake up, and I'm disoriented, but I close my eyes and I'm there again. It's really strange, and it takes a while for me to like integrate back into my body.
I can't hear you.
Familiar with you at all?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this scene for years, and it's basically haunted me because I can't understand what's going on. And the only thing I can think of that can cause this type of damage is if we lost magnetic fields of the Earth and we got hit by some solar wave. And basically that radiation would basically burn the sky and destroy the land. That's the only thing I can think of that would cause that much devastation.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was the impression I got. I mean, for whatever reason, I had it. There's a number of different scenes, but
well, thank you. Well, Tom, let me jump in and just say thank you for the phone call, and you really should check out Jason's book, and it really spells all of this out. Not only Jason's experiences, but how to get there and go through it, and it's really well done. Great reading. Let's go to Greg in Pendleton, California. Greg, you're up next on Coast.
All right, hi guys. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
How you doing, Greg? What do you have for Jason?
Well, I've been interested in astral projections for over 25 years since I read a book about it when I was a kid, and I've had sleep paralysis also my whole life, and when I was younger, I didn't know what it was. I thought I was close to actually, astral projection. So I'm wondering if you have any tips for me to help me astral project myself, and two, does sleep paralysis have anything to do with it? Okay. The book I read also mentions like an astral cord that attaches to our
Does sleep paralysis have anything to do with guy on the radio deciding to pick Greg out of there?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. So thank you for that, Greg. Jason?
Yes. I'll just
yes,
say
it does.
Sleep paralysis.
He's trying to be sleepy around certain names. Say Sam Baker.
The first step of leaving your body. So you have to kind of feel your body go into this paralysis state. And once the body's in this paralysis state, you can actually start moving inside the body, and using your mind, you could will yourself out. And once you come out the first time, then it's much easier to do it again and again. Excuse me. And hold on a second. Let me get a drink.
Well, okay. Jason is a little shook up. See, that's what he gets for tweeting and being on Coast to Coast at the same time. Okay, Jason, go ahead.
So, and the cord, many people talk about this cord. I've personally never seen it or experienced it or felt it. I do know that once you're out, it's very hard to stay out. It's almost like you get pulled right back in very quickly.
Okay, we've got time for one more quick call. Let's go to JD in Indianapolis, Naptown. JD, real quick, say hi to Jason. What do you have?
Hey, Jason, I was wondering, when you're doing your astral travel, have you ever had to do battle with any other entities?
Almost all the time.
Really?
Almost all the time. In fact, that's kind of like, so everything started with the time travel experiences or going to past life. Right now, it's more like, I'll just tell you a quick story. I was extremely sick for about 3 days before Conscious Life Expo. I was very, very ill, and I couldn't understand why, and I was doing all this energy work, and nothing was helping. And then the Wednesday night before Conscious Life Expo, I left my body, and there was an entity wrapped around my energy field. So I could only see it once I popped out, and then I'd have to, in the astral state, remove this thing from me And when I went back into my body, it was almost like a complete reset. And all my symptoms went away instantly once I got this entity off me.
And you're able to do that yourself, or do you need help?
No, it's only myself.
Very interesting. Well, and when you say, do you actually physically see this entity, or is it just something that you feel?
No, you physically see it. It's like once you leave your body, it's standing right in front of you.
And is it scary? Is it just a shape? Is it, you know what I mean? Is it some shadow being?
Okay, the best description I could give you visually is if you've ever seen the movie Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he's basically in the desert and there's these things, these shadow beings attacking him.
Oh, okay, that I can imagine. I don't want to imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It basically looks like a shadow with mass.
Right.
And they can take different forms and different sizes, and they'll just attach to you. Some of them I've seen, they look very common to things that people describe as like demon type of things.
Right.
But for me, it's just astral intrusions.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on, Jason. Now, you've got these two events coming up. You have the Soul Tech Gathering, which is soultechgathering.com, and Contacting the Desert, which is contactingthedesert.com, of course. But are all of your engagements and everything over at the Crystal Sun and your website? Can everybody follow you there?
Yes, it's actually, I post a lot of these conferences and talk about them on Twitter. And I believe my name is on Twitter Jason_Quit, Quitt. And also you can go to the Crystal Sun or Jason Quit on Facebook, or www.thecrystalsun.com. And all that info will be there.
What are you going to be doing in Japan?
I'm going to be teaching Qigong, doing a little vacation, sightseeing, and I have some good friends there, and we're going to be working together making some videos.
So very excited, and just congratulations. And this community just resonates with your messages and with your books. We are so happy that you are up and around. As miraculous as that is and sounding, it's actually true story. Now, I only counted 7 titanium screws. I didn't know that it was 10, which is 3 more frightening. Jason, thank you so much. Safe travels out there. Jason's website is linked right there at coasttocoastam.com. Very simple, thecrystalsun.com. Jason Quit, you are the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I'll be right back with our next guest, Brad Olson, live from San Francisco. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It is Saturday. This is coasttocoastam.com. Stay with us.
Plants, do not be afraid of them or terrified by them, though they are a rebellious house. Plants. I don't need your music.